all people are equal. Women are equal. No, we do believe in it. This is what America's about. People of different sexual orientations should have the same rights and protections.
Biden just had a star-packed fundraiser with Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, and Lizzo, among others, and lots of the clips are yet to be out, so this might have to be a two-parter, but in this segment, there are a few clips of Obama that I managed to find and wanted to look at, where he is very much laying out the stark difference, not only between him and Clinton and Trump, but specifically between Biden and Trump. And this can be seen not only in demeanor as much as with words and rhetoric, where they carry themselves like actual professionals, like people you could expect to be presidents, actually presidential. Now, I am a progressive, so it shouldn't be too much of a surprise that I'm not really a Clinton fan, and Obama can be hit or miss as well with policy, though great speaker, but you can't deny their achievements they had in office. Since 1989, these three alone have created 49 million jobs out of a total of 51 million jobs we've seen since then, or 96% of the jobs we've seen in the last 35 years created by these three. And if you look at the chart of jobs, it's kind of wild. Minimal Republican growth with Bush and job loss under Trump. Like, they're very successful. They're the party who talks about getting wages raised and being economically successful and fiscally responsible and all of this. But 2 million jobs in 35 years. Great job, guys. And together, these three managed to raise 26 million in one night for Biden, which is more than Trump raised all of February. So again, I have a few clips to peek at. Let's start with Obama laying out this stark difference.
The good news is that people still want to believe in those ideals. They want to believe in human rights. They want to believe in freedom of speech and religion. And they want to believe in the idea that all people are equal. Women are equal and have the right to control their bodies and shouldn't be subject to domestic violence. And girls should be able to go to school just like everybody else. And people of different sexual orientations should have the same rights and protections. And religious minorities and ethnic minorities and racial minorities all deserve the same respect and are afforded the same dignity as everybody else.
This is spot on. One president wants us to move back, way back, to a time where women didn't have rights, people of color didn't have rights, and minorities of all groups had less rights, while the power was concentrated into the straight white male. And the other president sees a benefit in diversity, appoints judges of different makeups and backgrounds, has the first black woman VP, supports DEI. It's really no comparison, not even close. And the Republicans at this point are mask off about it. Project 2025 is a real thing. Here is Mike Johnson admitting this and saying it's coming in the first 100 days if Trump is elected.
We're going to make big radical changes. I've talked to President Trump and all my colleagues about what that first 100 days looks like, and you will see proof right out of the gates. I mean, aggressive changes to the regulatory state, the deep state, the bureaucracy that's turned on the people and weaponized against them, to
So if anyone didn't think it was coming, it is, and it seems that they know they have no chance of appealing to moderates, and in doing so, they've gone completely mask off with their plans. From a 15-week abortion ban to mass deportation, this kind of fascism should never be allowed in the country that is supposed to symbolize freedom.
Those ideas, they can ebb and flow depending on what happens in the White House. And the good news is that we had a period of time where those ideals were not just de-emphasized, but were violated. And then we have somebody come back in who says, no, we do believe in it. This is what America's about. And that's the same test that we're going to be undergoing over the next 8 months.
And that's exactly it. Joe Biden rolled back a plethora of harmful executive actions from Trump. He outinvested them in HBCUs. Black unemployment is lower. Time and time again, Biden has stood with minorities as opposed to Trump, whose only aim is to keep control of the majority. And right now, Republicans are furious and they're trying to string this in different ways because Biden hasn't burned bridges inside his own party and actually has the support of past presidents, something that Trump could never do. And these past presidents presidents also cleaned up in the jobs department. And who would I be without covering this event and covering the part that I know most channels on the left are going to skip over, because that's why you come here, right? As there were also pro-Palestinian protests going on while this event was happening. So the only parts I want to mention from this, my main goal was kind of just to highlight their voices, is that Biden should embrace these voices. He's instead incrementally going towards more pro-Palestinian support, whether it be rhetorically or with little movements here and there. But increments are never going to be enough when lives are dying, when innocent civilians are dying. You have to understand the rage of these people. If Biden had spoken up months ago, if he drew some sort of red lines, tens of thousands of lives could have been saved. But on the flip side, it is important to still remember that Trump would be horrendously worse for this cause. He's on record saying that Israel should finish the job. Biden would never go there. He defunded UNRWA for most of his presidency. Biden would not defund UNRWA for the next 4 years. That is a likelihood under Trump. Biden at least is responsive to the protests. He's sanctioned settlers. He's airdropped aid. He's building a pier. None of these are things that Trump would do. He would be strictly pro-Israel. Everything he did in office was pro-Israel. His whole terms of bringing peace to the Middle East, the only lens he looked at that through was one through a Zionist. Everyone will say, oh, the Abraham Accords. But if you know what the Abraham Accords are or what they did, all they did was move the Israeli embassy to Jerusalem, which strengthened U.S. and Israel relations, sure, because Israel wanted that, but Palestinians didn't want that because Jerusalem is also Holy Land in Islam. So moving the temple from the Israelis and the Judaism religion to grounds that are holy in Islam are going to heighten tensions in the Middle East. I don't get how at any point you would think that the Palestinian people would be okay with that. So it's not bringing you closer to peace. It's bringing U.S. and Israel closer and stronger in relations. Now, Biden also is far from perfect, but we shouldn't be building this sort of dichotomy where Trump is somehow Uno reverse going to be better in this situation. If you enjoyed this video, we're Social Society. We're a commentary channel influenced by politics, society, and the economy. We are pretty left-leaning on this channel, but we're open to our right-wingers as well. The biggest thing here is having conversations that get everyone to the bottom of the truth. If that sounds like something that can interest you, consider smashing that subscribe button, leaving us a like, or even commenting on this video, because the only way we become a society is together.